Happy New Year, everybody. Well, it's actually New Year's Eve right now, and I just took a walk. I haven't walked out here for a couple days. It has been pouring so hard. So I walked over to the Rainbow Garden, and I picked some baby celery there that's taking over my walking onions. Then walked along the wall, kind of did a mental inventory, found some squash still growing. Listen to the birds. Walked along here and picked some stuff in. I'll show you what I'm going to do. This is just something really simple. I'm going to make like some eggs, and here's some sow thistle. Yes, sow thistle. Some red Swiss chard, some green Swiss chard. Then I've got some purple tree collard. Then this is the small greens that are from the celery that I'm going to make breakfast with. And that's, that's going to be a nice little thing. 2 eggs, a couple eggs and some greens. I might grab some other stuff in the garden. Look at it, it's so wet. We have had over 10 inches of rain this rain season, when we normally last year didn't even reach 2 inches at this point. So during this rainy season, which is really normally not a rainy season, we went from like 1 point something inches, which is average, to over 10 inches. Look at this. So that's what's going on here in Southern California. Look at the buckets of water we've collected. Gary's got some barrels now set up for water. Basil's still doing good. I might grab some basil and put that in the eggs. I might make a pizza later, so I'll come back and get some peppers and basil and some sage. I could put a little bit of sage in my eggs. I've got some tricolor sage still growing back there. See, it's back there. That's the tricolored. But I'm just going to get a little bit right now. I don't add in a ton of stuff to my eggs. Let me walk over here, make my pile. Yeah, I don't do a ton of stuff. Just something simple. Eggs with some greens in it. Should put onions in there, and I'll be honest with you, I do not. Why? Because Kitty wants some, and the dogs like a little bit of eggs, and I don't want to give them onions, so I either put that on the side or definitely put it in when I know I'm not sharing. Look at that. So we have work to do this spring. In about a month, well, before, I'm going to really start going to town here. I'm going to go through everything here and decide when I want to keep. Oh, I did put celery in there already in my eggs, so I don't need to add in any more. This is a big celery. So I'll see what else. I could add in a mustard leaf. I'll take a small one. I don't need a big mustard leaf. I'll add that in. And pepino, cooking it I could, but look at all the pepinos. They're all over. I've got a cluster back there, and they're massive. They're big. And then there, got peppers too. Let's take some dinosaur kale. Look at this. Nice breakfast, just with some eggs and a couple greens. Kind of a nice way to start the day. And I could get broccoli, but I've let so much of my broccoli go to seed, which is not good. If you're growing broccoli for your family, you don't want that to happen. And the reason is, by letting it do this, you're not allowing it to grow anymore. The plant has been successful. Look at all the broccoli plants I've got here. The plant's been successful. It produced seed. It did what it's supposed to do. The bees have come in, pollinated the flowers along with other little hoverflies and butterflies, cabbage moth butterflies, everything. And then once that's done and they get to it, then you have seeds. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. I can add some of this to our breakfast. In fact, I might. They're hard to pick. They're better to cut. You can add the seeds. Anything that's got seeds like that is always going to have a lot of nutrition. But I do leave the seeds. Whoa! You know what? I'll take the whole part here, and I'll chop that up, add that to my eggs. Think about it. What is in seeds? That little seed that's going to produce a great big plant, or at least in the beginning produce a small plant, needs a lot of nutrition. Basically, a seed is an egg. Think of it that way. So it's got a lot of nutrition in it. So it's perfect if you want to add something like that to your food. So I'm going to add that, and I'm pretty good. You could do flowers too. I mean, what are you eating when you're eating broccoli? When you're eating actual broccoli, not the leaves, you're eating the beginning of the flower. That's why broccoli is so nutritious. And then it turns into a flower at the head, and then it turns into seeds. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. And let's see, I've already done the basil. I think we're pretty good. So I just wanted to kind of walk through, show how wet it is and how much water we've got. I heard it was flooded in here yesterday, Gary said. It was just running. Let's walk back over here. I just wanted to kind of show you the wet garden. Oh, look at this. This was a small cutting that has taken off. I don't know if I need any more. I think I'll leave it. What else is in here? Okay, so I got a tomato plant. A lot of those will come out. I've got pepper plants. This is all from last year. They're kind of stunted because there's just too much in here. What I'll probably let this do is grow more of the roselle. The seeds have been dropping everywhere, including the ground. So I don't know where those seeds will go, if the birds will eat them or what. And I'll get some roselle growing, and I might decide what I want to keep in here and clean this up and let the plants do something good. Don't overcrowd them. And then here I'm going to unwrap the tool later and clean that up. It still has tomatoes. There are tomatoes everywhere growing. This is another plant I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This is asparagus. And I'll see what happens soon. If I start getting a lot of spears out of it in the spring, then maybe I'll leave it in here just for fun, because there's nothing nicer than grabbing a great big purple or green asparagus spear, chopping it up and putting that into a stir fry or anything you're cooking or a soup. If it doesn't work out that well, then I might just dig it all up and put it straight into the ground. Asparagus do much better in the ground. And then I see I've got some small broccoli plants coming through. So I just wanted to kind of touch base, say Happy New Year. Look at all the water. Isn't that something? The plants are going to absolutely love it. This is just going to bring in spring. Just crazy. With all these trees, the pepper trees will be throwing all kinds of flower and pollen and seeds for the birds. And then of course you're going to have the hawks coming back. They've been hanging around. Their nest is in there, the Cooper hawks. And they're going to come back and go to nest, and that tree will just explode with more leaves because of all the water now. I mean, all this standing water is slowly seeping in. And it's now actually penetrating the soil. It's not like our normal rains that come in and it's just wet on top and you take a spoon, a shovel, move the soil and it's dry underneath. It's actually wet underneath. And that's what's finally getting to all the plants. And then we'll see what we're going to do in the spring. We can all decide what we're going to do in the spring. Still have squash growing. I'm still picking squash, so that's really good. Most of these are either yellow zucchini or regular zucchini. Some of them have died back, what they're normally supposed to do, and that's okay. That big brown plant there, that is my new soil for the year. So that's it. Happy New Year, everybody. Just a quick little vlog in the morning, and now I'm going to go bring this in. I think I am going to go make a simple little egg breakfast and share it with Kitty. Have a great day. Happy New Year. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, this is good. This is more than enough. Seed pods. It's like putting green beans in there. Cool. There's your egg. Okay.